My name is Dorian Ditson. I've worked here for about 6 years now. You know, I really do love working here. It's just, we all have a lot of laughs.
Fuck off, Janet. I'm not going to your fucking baby shower.
I definitely work in a cubicle, so I sit all day. So in order to get exercise, I just walk around the office like this sometimes, and I was getting a little tired of being called curry in a hurry. Why the fuck you don't have goat candy? Put it on your list of things to do.
Okay. This is it. This is the big gig.
What do you want, you fucking troll?
It took me a little bit of time to find a spot, that was far enough away from daycare or like a dentist, like a children's dentist.
Can I please have a cookie? Man, fuck you, man.
Invader Zim Enter the Florpus is diabolically evil. The adversarial relationship between Zim and Dib is what drives the movie, much like how it drove the TV series, decades after the cancellation of its original TV series run on Nickelodeon. That was cancelled because of the dark, edgy comedy and production cost supposedly, with its unique art style, which is seen to be beneficial in regards to the animation scene in this movie. But here's the deal with Enter the Florpus. It's more intuitive and smarter than the original TV run, which had the world reset after every episode, which had Zim and Dib either destroying the world or destroying the entire city, as well as killing sometimes some characters that appear on screen. Resetting the world allowed for this loophole where characters could inevitably die but come back in the next episode, because back in 2000, characters could have been killed off on TV due to the very fact that people were stupid. But what makes this movie extremely intriguing is that it acknowledges the dissonance between all the characters and the flaws they have, essentially as it pertains to the retarded inhabitants within this universe. But here's the thing, everyone within the cast of Invader Zim is gravely misunderstood and deludes themselves into doing what they do for their own benefits and desires. For example, Zim's alien lords Satalis think he's small, stupid, and incapable, while all he wants is their affection acknowledged as an invader, while Dib's scientist father, Dr. Membrane, is constantly dismissive and distant from his very son about everything and every idea his intelligent and eccentric son ever expresses, as he rambles about alien supernatural creatures and discovers fringe scientists beyond human comprehension, dismissing it all even though it's right in front of him. Invader Zim, the TV show, and this movie is a dark morbid comedy for children that has silly hijinks about outcasts and why individuality is important, even if you're the only person who believes in it, as your own insane delusion, while delivering a meaningful journey for our characters as they travel into the Florpus, which is ultimately a black hole that collides realities and dimensions together to create something wholly new. Overall, the most appetizing aspects of this movie is that Zim gets closest to he's ever gotten, including the TV show, in achieving his full-blown absolute victory in the conquest to take over and enslave humanity, which I wanted him to do awkwardly because I personally would like to see Zim win, because I'm batting for the other team. Anyway, if you're unfamiliar with the mythology of Invader Zim, Urkin Invader Zim is a part of a Thorian fascist society of alien who are genetic clones of one another with varying height who want to conquer the galaxy. Why, you might ask? They feel like they're entitled to own the galaxy, and they're taller than everyone else. The latter is more important than the entitlement part. Anywho, as you continue to learn more about the story and the mythos and the lore behind these aliens and why they actually want to conquer the society, the Tallest are the leaders of the Urkin Empire. However, they're nothing but figureheads for the Control Banes, which are literally giant brains that really facilitate the actions of the Urkin species while as well cloning them. For example, when an Urkin is born, they are born with purpose. For example, when they are born, the Control Brain gives them some programming, and that programming says you're either a food delivery guy, you either make chicken, you either make french fries, you either sell ice cream, you are an engineer, you are an architect, or you are an invader. Urkin Invader Zim was born as an invader, however is classified as a defective Urkin due to his proficiency in destruction, but his lacking competency at doing the right thing when he needs to. But jumping into the actual TV show with the first episode, The Nightmare Begins, the Urkin Empire enacts a plan called Operation Impending Doom 1. It doesn't work because our main protagonist, Zim, single-handedly destroys the entire armada that was supposed to conquer the galaxy, in addition to the Urkin homeworld, thinking that it was an enemy planet, meaning that Zim is proficiently a good invader, but he's just stupid where it matters the most. So after Operation Impending Doom 1 was a bust, They throw Zim in prison, and he escapes prison, and this is the most maximum security prison in the entire galaxy, and Zim escapes. So fast forwarding to Operation Impending Doom 2, Zim meets with his leaders, the Tallest, that are surprised that he's even alive, and was suspicious of why the control brains didn't really kill him, and assign him a mission to the far reaches of the galaxy, which is trillions of millions of light years away. And that's so happily where Earth is located, and Zim is tasked by his leaders, the Tallest, not the control brains, to ultimately take over Earth and prove that he is a capable invader by destroying the Earth, while also fighting his arch nemesis Dib, who happens to be a middle schooler. Now, despite how dark that sounds, it's a really funny show, and this is a really funny movie. In conclusion, overall, Invader Zim Into the Florpus is about Dib wanting recognition from his father, wanting him to be proud of who he is, and in this movie we see Dib's character at his happiest when he receives the love he's always deserved from his father. Though his father is, without a doubt, an egomaniacal maniac who refuses to see the truth that's directly in front of him, at the end of the day, the biggest high point and reason you should watch this movie is because it gives character development to Dib, with him learning his father unconditionally is proud of him no matter what he does. And the reason this movie is so good is that Dib finally wins in this series, in a sense, on a personal level. I give it 8 out of 10 gurs. You should watch this, then you should watch the TV series.